Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving as well. I've been out here this morning working on an old Jeep, and it's getting ready about that time to go dig into some turkey here in just a few minutes. But I thought I'd do a quick video here, and I really do hope you guys are enjoying your Thanksgiving as well. And let's talk about this Jeep, son, what all's going on with this thing. Alrighty guys, I thought we'd start right here at the front side of the motor and we'll just work our way on back through this deal so I can kind of give you guys an update here on Thanksgiving Day here. So we got the cold air intake on it, we got our air cleaner on it. We will build us some sort of shield right here. I'd like to keep some of the heat from the radiator off of this, and that way it's shielding it a little bit and we can get a lot of fresh air into this deal. I really didn't have much room to work with here. And just as a reminder, this customer will be later on down the road most likely going to a turbo setup or a Pro Charger setup on this Jeep. So there's really no need to do anything really radical right here for the time being. But as you guys can probably tell, we're running wires, we're running the Dominator system, so the EFI stuff is starting to go on pretty strong right now. There's a few things I want to update you guys on this throttle body here that I felt like it would be a good time to talk about that. Alrighty guys, so we're looking at this throttle body here. We did go with a Wilson throttle body. Hope you guys can see that. Yeah, and as you can notice, we've got a flat plate right here on the side of this thing, and that will have to come off. We've got a couple of sensor things that's going on here that I didn't know about, and I felt like it'd be a good time to educate some of you guys if you're thinking about going with a Wilson throttle body and some situations you may not know about. Nothing wrong with it, no major problems, it's just something that you may not be aware of. So, first things first, a lot of people use these, okay? A lot of people use them on LS motors, a lot of people use them on big block Chevrolets, so on and so forth. Some of the most fastest cars out there use a Wilson throttle body, just about it. So, that being said, what do you get with a Wilson throttle body? Well, from the factory, you can get a V-band already installed on it, okay? So you don't have to weld a V-band on. And if you want to go to a boosted application, these types of throttle bodies are some of the best you can get for the money, okay? But they do use forward sensors, okay? Which means you got to use a forward TPS sensor, and you got to use, I think it's called an IAC sensor, I do believe. I can check it right here. Yeah. Idle air control, okay? So both of those are forward sensors. So that being said, let's look at this Dominator harness real quick. Okay, I hope you guys can see that right there. That is the LSGM connector for IAC, and this is the TPS connector for the throttle positioning sensor, okay? Two issues with that. Number one, it's not the same connector that the Ford uses, so we're going to have to swap out connectors or do a little bit of different wiring right there for that situation. So I'm very torn on what to do, if I want to put GM connectors on it on both ends or just have Ford connectors on both ends. So if the customer ever goes to like Advanced Store, has a problem or something, he can just buy a Ford component, meaning the Ford sensor, put it right on there, and he don't have to do nothing. Okay, so that's probably the route we're going to go. I've just got to find the male end of those connectors. So that's my next little thing there I got to tackle. All right, let's talk about some other wiring stuff that's going on here, and we'll move on to the next section. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we are wrapping up some wiring here. We're getting this stuff all nice and clean. And I ordered some of this wire wrap from Jegs. I'll put a picture of that up here in just a second there so you guys can see the part numbers on that stuff. And it works really good. You can clean everything up really nice and make everything look just like the stock Dominator harness. And I want everything to kind of match and look very nice and neat. The next thing is it didn't come in time before I can install it. We've got to put the grommet in on the firewall, and that's what these grommets look like. I got these from Jegs. They work really, really well. You just bolt them on, cut you a hole in there, and boom. Nice, very nice and clean situation there. I'm gonna use their small one over here on the brake booster so you guys can see that hole there, and that'll clean up that, and that'll look very, very nice and clean. They make those in a couple different sizes, so if you don't need these exact sizes, you can get something a little bit different. All right, so that wraps up that. We are finishing up the fuel system. I do have the other line made. It's in here. Yeah, there you go. For the other side over there. This is done. I just had it out there while I was working on the wiring. We got a couple of wires to finish for the power and the ground for the smart coils, and that will pretty much wrap it up after these two situations right here are fixed. Okay, so I think that takes care of that. Yeah, we're moving right along here. Oh, before I forget, we did get the oil cooling system all plumbed up. That stuff's looking very good and nice and clean. So I like the way that turned out. Let you guys see it over here. Yes, there's the oil cooler. Boom. I think it's looking good. Looking very, very nice. That cooler is done. And we did have the transmission cooler mounted over there, but I ran across a problem. The center section of this Dana 44 was going to hit it. Right now it's just kind of just sitting in here until I get some brackets from Dad there. He's finishing up on us some brackets for this thing before I can mount it in. But this part right here was going to hit the fan, so all this had to be moved, and we moved it back in here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it because of lighting or not. Oh, let me get down here to the floor. Oh, let's see here. Oh, so it's right in here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I was worried about the lighting. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see it now. So it's under the Jeep now is where it's at, and it's all plumbed up as well into the transmission. So may not have been able to see that. If not, I'll put some pictures in there. Okay, let's move inside the Jeep. All right, guys, we're inside the Jeep. Right now, we've got ourselves a wiring chaotic mess. So please excuse the mess. It's just when I'm working, I get really messy sometimes. So let's talk about first things first. Dad done a really good job on our bracketry for our screens and stuff. That worked out really good. I put some trim on this here to clean up the dash. I like how that looked, just to keep from any sharp edges. And as you guys could tell, we've got cup holders. I'll show a couple of clips of that thing there for that. I really, really like those cup holders. I think me and Dad put our heads together on that and really knocked it out of the park there. So, I mean, very cool. I like it. Let's walk around on the other side and we'll talk about some wiring and some other pieces that we've been working on. All right, guys, check out these shifters, man. Dad had been working on this on the last episode, and he finally finished this up right here, and he knocked this thing out of the park. I've got to order some Allen head screws. I want to get some stainless ones to put all in through here and around the round of it too there. That's going to look killer. I think he knocked this thing way out of the park, and that just looks awesome. So like when you get these from Atlas there, I think that's the name of the company who done this transfer case, all you get is that boot right there, okay? And then you just need to screw it down or whatever. And I didn't quite like that. I know the stock Jeeps, that's pretty much how they are. It's just a boot or whatever. And most like Broncos and everything else, they kind of do that too. But we want to kind of clean it up, make something nice, put some stainless hardware on there, and this thing is going to look killer right there. Check it out. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, wiring. Got myself a mess over here, and it's going to look like this for a little bit until I can get everything cleaned up and looking good. We will have our main control of everything like fuses and all that good stuff right in here. Remember the Dominator is mounted right there. So fuses, relays, all that rigmarole is all going to be in one location. So what that means is all of these little fuses like this here, there's a couple of relays up in here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Yeah, right here's one, and there's another one right over here. Hope you guys can see that. I don't know. But I'm going to relocate those all to over here. So what that means is I'm working on a panel right here. Hope you guys can see this. This is my chicken scratch. Basically, this is what our, our command center is going to look like for all of our relays. So I think it's going to work out pretty nice and clean and neat, and look pretty good. And I believe we'll probably make a cover to go over this to clean up too. So it'll just mount something like this. There'll be something like that right in there. Very simple, very clean, and the owner can work on this thing very easy if there's an electrical problem or a fuse needs to be changed out. So yeah, we're looking good. We got a lot of stuff going on with that. In the next episode, I should have a whole lot more detailed information on the wiring and explain that stuff a little bit better to you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed this update. Oh, before I forget, I did put in the master kill switch inside the cab as well. We will have one at the rear of the Jeep as well, so we will have two. So there'll be one at the rear and one inside here to kill the ground for the whole. Alrighty guys, we're gonna wrap this video up. I hope you all enjoyed this episode today. You know, we got a lot of stuff going on in this Jeep, and this thing's been kicking my butt. I can tell you that right now. This wiring takes hours and hours and hours. You constantly run into something, and we're getting there. We're getting there. We still got to get the wiring run for the headlights, tail lights, turn signals, and all the wiring for the switches. So I've still got a good road ahead of me here to get stuff done, and I'll give as many tips and tricks as I possibly can throughout this build on the electrical side of it. Don't pretend to be or try to be this expert on wiring, by no means. I just will show you guys stuff that I found works for me, and we'll go from there. And I'm still learning on a lot of this stuff as well. But this EFI stuff is really cool. It works really good. It controls everything. And when you're racing and you want to be competitive, you need data logging. You need as much information as you can, and you want to keep that motor as consistent as possible. And these Holley Dominator systems are pretty legit. But oh, we can't forget, we still got to put the EGTs on the headers as well. So I mean, we've got quite a bit of stuff going, but we're getting close. You know, we talked to the owners like, hey, look, won't be long. We're going to be starting this thing, so we're going to need fuel, oil, all that good stuff to, you know, light the fire on this bad boy. So I cannot wait to share it with you guys. So be patient. We got more coming. It's going to be really cool, and hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. And be sure to comment down below on what all food you guys ate. But till next time, I'm out of here. See you. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. Be sure to check out our new website, kilbymotorsports.com, for all your high performance needs. If you like this video, be sure to smash that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. Till next time, you guys have a good one.